Okay, here's my quick farm tutorial video, trying to save you some time. Basically, the farm comes with 2 large pens, 2 medium pens, and 2 small pens. And then there's 1 breeding pen, which I'll show you later. This is the first large pen. It's filled with dragons. Large pens can only have 3 animals in them, so I have 2 dragons and an egg that I'm incubating. These dragons, I bought all of these. These are adolescent, which means they will sell for the highest number of beans, but not give you the most experience on check. So if you want to make beans, you sell an adolescent. If you want experience, you just check them all the way to elders. Different animals have different growth stages you can look up. Here you see the stage it's in. You see the sex. You see the traits. This one came with 2 traits. By the way, once you check an animal to discover what traits it has, you cannot sell it on the GE, but you can trade it to other players. The GE can only trade unchecked, which means when you buy off the GE, you don't know what traits you're getting. When you buy from another player, you do, so it can kind of boost the value. Additionally, you can look at the trough. Dragons eat meat. You can get meat for really cheap from Uglog, so I have 271 meat there. They eat every 2 hours, 1 meat per dragon, even the one in the egg. Okay, so again, these can't breed yet because they're not adult or elder, and only the elders give the perks. So basically, these are just going to be sold off because I still need points when the large buyer comes. There's 3 buyers you can have. They come over here. This one's the bunny buyer. I did have a zygo buyer, but I already sold 8 zygos, so she left. And then the dragon buyer, the raptor, will pop up later at reset, hopefully. So I can get some beans when I sell them at the adolescent stage for max. Okay, so they can't breed. These traits are pretty insignificant. This has a poisonous breath. I'll explain that later. Oh, this one has sparkling and charmed. So when I buy the breeding... so because it's not a breeding pen, you have to buy the bonus from the farm shop at Granny here in the farmer's market to enable any animal that's not in the breeding pen to breed in the respective pen. So there's a small, medium, and large breeding unlock that you can get. So again, they have to be adults or elders, and I have to have the large breeding perk unlocked. And I'm going to keep that sparkling one there to try and get a shiny there once I have breeding unlocked. Here are the zygos. I have medium pins breeding unlocked. So these zygos are ready to breed once they become adults. They're still adolescents. I have a sparkling and I have a viral, which means this animal has a higher breeding chance than some others. Notice that it's male and female here. 2 of the same sex have a less chance to produce offspring, but they can still adopt one. It's kind of cute. So that's the first medium pin. Over here is your breeding pin. These are where the 2 badass dragons are that I told you about. I paid 18 mil for these 2. Why? For one, they have 3 traits unlocked, which doesn't always happen all the time. You can boost the number of traits your offspring gets by buying the large animal perk boosting trait from the farm for about 12k beans, which is a lot. But I went ahead and bought these with 3 traits. This one has shock, frost, and genetic instability, which means its offspring will have multiple traits, which is great for selling. This one is an egg that I'm growing there because these 2 dragons are still adolescent. They can't reproduce, so I'm just growing that egg for points. Ryu here is the male dragon. It has poisonous, glistening, and radiant. So think Keen Black Dragon. You have poisonous, you have shock, you have frost. You need all 3 across 2 animals to get the royal. And then we have, of course, the second highest shiny trait, glistening, and the highest shiny trait, which is radiant. So these 2 actually stack. We're in a breeding pen. I have the rabbit totem perk unlocked. I'll show you that later. Here's a medium pen where I'm growing some more zygos, just going to sell them for points or money. Here's my second large pen with dragons. These are all insignificant, again going to sell for points or money. They're all adolescent, or maybe I'll keep them to get massive double XP gains. We'll see. Forgot to mention, this one's an elder, Meraxes. And so because it's an elder, only elder animals can have perks. You unlock the perk with the farm totem. You can check what perk you have here. Let's see that pop up. So, Dragon Ultra Combo Tier 1. That's the effigy chance on Ultra Compost. When I'm harvesting my herbs. Okay, most important thing you can do is get 2 elder rabbits. You don't even have to feed them. Just have 2 elder rabbits in here. And then have a perk on each. They're super unhappy. There's the rabbit. So, breeding success increased by 10%. So, that's going to affect the breeding pen. It's going to affect the medium pen. Because there's not always a chance to breed. The breeding pen has... So, dragons breed like every 8 hours. The breeding pen has a failsafe of every 5 rolls. By the 5th roll, it has to breed. So, that's the advantage of the breeding pen. These other, if you buy the perk for the medium or large pens, there's no failsafe, so you can actually never have an offspring there if you're super unlucky. So the viral trait here on, I think this guy, no, the egg over there, the viral trait will help a lot. Last thing you should know is animals need to be 100% healthy and happy to breed, which you can see there. Think red and yellow. They're gonna grow in those stats steadily over time by eating the proper food. But you can also feed at these beehives over here. You can feed woad leaves for medicinal red honeycombs that you unlock every hour, or marigolds for the happiness delicious honeycomb. And so you need to be making sure your breeding animals are 100% healthy and happy to maximize breeding. Lastly, last 2 things. Here's the farmer's market. Again, at this point you can see I've unlocked all the dens. You have to buy the construction materials to make the den. I have all the farm totems I need. And again, I have animals on medium pens unlocked. I need to buy breeding in large pens to increase my chance for royal dragons. You can buy other miscellaneous things in there too. Oh, and the other thing that I absolutely need to buy is this animals multiple trait boost large for 12k beans to increase the chance of my royal offspring or dragon offspring having multiple traits, which people need to make shinies and ultimately get royals. So that's kind of the layout. Last thing here, I have a compost bin making ultra compost that I scoop up from my dragons when they poop. It's 10k a scoop, and they sell for about 10k a compost. So that's the farm. We're gonna log off now. Everybody say bye.